Hello dear students, let us quickly discuss about the features of democracy. Number one and most important feature of democracy is that the rulers are elected by the people. Then there are free and competitive elections which are held. Each adult, irrespective of religion, education, caste, color, wealth, have one vote which has got one value. The elected rulers take decisions within limits set by constitutional law and citizens' right. Rule of law. The right of the citizen must be protected through constitution. There must be an independent judiciary. Major decisions by the elected leaders, let us see few examples. Like in Pakistan, General Pervez Musharraf led a military coup in October 1999 and overthrew democratically elected government and became president of the country. In 2002, he held a referendum in the country which was based on malpractices and fraud, granted him a 5-year extension. After passing law, legal framework order which gave the president power to dismiss the national and provincial assemblies, elections were held to the national and provisional assemblies. In this case, Pakistan had elections. Elected representatives have some powers, but the final power rests with the military officers and General Musharraf himself. So this should not be called a democracy. In a democracy, the final decision-making power must rest with those elected by the people. Now, free and fair electoral competition. Let us see one example. In China, elections are regularly held after every 5 years for electing the country's parliament called National People's Congress. Before contesting election, a candidate needs the approval of the Chinese Communist Party. The government is always formed by the Communist Party. Similarly, Mexico holds election after every 6 years to elect its president. But until 2000, every election was won by a party called PRI, which was an institutional revolutionary party. Opposition parties did not contest elections but never managed to win, as PRI was known to use many dirty tricks to win elections. So years after years in Mexico, this PRI party was only holding the command. Both the cases should not be called a democracy. A democracy must be based on a free and fair election where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. Then another feature, one person, one vote, one value. There are many instances of denial of equal rights to vote. In Saudi Arabia, for example, women do not have the right to vote. Estonia has made its citizenship rules in such a way that people belonging to Russian minority find it difficult to get the right to vote. In Fiji, the electoral system is such that the vote of an indigenous Fiji has more value than that of an Indian Fijian. In a democracy, each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. So you cannot say that the woman cannot vote or they do not have that, that power to vote, they do not have that value, or those who all are non-residential in like countrymen, they have less powers. Another feature, rule of law and respect for rights. Since independence, for example, Zimbabwe ruled by ZANU-PF. Its leader, Robert Mugabe, has been ruling the country. He is popular but also uses unfair practices in elections. Elections have been held regularly and always won by ZANU-PF. Opposition party workers are harassed and their meeting disrupted. Political protests and demonstrations against the government are declared illegal. Television and radio are controlled by the government and give only the ruling party's version. Independent newspapers are there, but the government harasses those journalists who go against it. The government has ignored some court judgments that went against it and has pressurized even the judges of the court. So in this case, government is not democratic, as there is no citizens' basic rights, no political opposition, no judiciary. A democratic government rule within limits set by constitution, law, and citizens' right. You know. Now the question comes then, if all these are happening, so why go for a democratic country? Why democracy? Arguments, as I told you, that there are against democracy also. In the previous video I have shared that leaders keep changing in a democracy. This leads to instability. Democracy is all about political competition and power play. There is no scope for morality. So many people have to be consulted in a democracy that it leads to delay. Elected leaders do not know the best interest of the people. It leads to bad decisions. Democracy leads to corruption, for it is based on electoral competition. Ordinary people don't know what is good for them. They should not decide anything. So what are the arguments for democracy in spite of all these things? What should we be keeping in mind, because we belong to a democratic country? So why to have a democracy? A democratic government is a better government because it is a more accountable form of government. Number 2, democracy improves the quality of decision making. Number 3, democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. Number 4, democracy enhances the dignity of citizens. Number 5, democracy allows us to correct its own mistakes. So what are the broader meaning of democracy? The most common form that democracy takes in our times is that of a representative democracy, where majority is allowed to take decision on behalf of all the people. The majority of people rule through their elected representative. A democratic decision involves consultation with and consent of all those who are affected by that decision. And democracy is a principle that can be applied to any sphere of life. Democracy can apply to a government or a family or any other organization.